welcome back everyone to the second episode of Paws and Purr-suation. This is Shantanu Chauhan along with Raghav and Pulkit, who are second year students of IIM Ahmedabad. Now let us take you back down the memory lane with a short ad first.
माना कि लाइफ बहुत बिजी है, पर कभी कभी ब्रेक लो, किटकैट खाओ, जिंदगी आपको शायद कुछ हसीन दिखा दे।
Wow, life was much easier when I used to watch this in my childhood. Anyways, so what is about talking animals that makes it so appealing to humans? Why do brands use them for advertisements? This is what we will be covering today. Welcome back to another episode of Paws and Purr-suation, where we decode the psychology behind animal advertisement.
So Raghav, could you tell us what is going on here?
Yes, Shantanu. Psychology has always fascinated me, and I even took a few courses back in IIT Delhi. So, this relies on a human instinct to imbue animals and inanimate objects with human-like characteristics, a psychological concept known as anthropomorphism.
A what now?
Anthropomorphism. These animals thrive as they adhere to Darwin's principles of evolutionary theory and evolutionary psychology. We naturally recognize behaviors in humans the most, so we find it easier to attribute them to how animals behave. As a result, seeing an animal exhibit human behavior can capture our attention and help us develop an affinity for it.
So Raghav, why do advertisers use this kind of a technique?
From a marketing point of view, using animals that act like people is a way to catch people's attention and get them to act, which increases sales, profits, and brand awareness.
Oh, now that Raghav has explained it, this reminds me of the Mentos ad with the donkey and the chimpanzee, which most of us remember by the word daddu.
Daddu?
मेंटोस, दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे।
One of the things that strikes me in this ad is how they used a donkey, which is generally shown to be a dumb animal, to actually have been the smarter one before the chimp eats the Mentos.
Correct, Pulkit. This connects with our discussion of the previous episode on implicit associations, on how the choice of animals is also important for marketeers. A very good example for this is the Bisleri ad with camels in a desert asking a shopkeeper for a Bisleri bottle. So naturally, you would associate a camel in a desert setting with water or thirst, and this is what the ad is built upon.
अरे भैया 2 बिस्लरी दियो।
ये ले थारी बिस्लरी।
ये बिस्लरी है?
हाँ हाँ बिस्लरी है।
भैया ऊँट हैं, गधे नहीं।
अरे बिस्लरी निकाल बिस्लरी। समझदार जानते हैं कि हर पानी की बोतल बिस्लरी नहीं, इसलिए सिर्फ
However, I have noticed that in some instances cartoon animals are used, whereas in other instances very realistic animals are used.
That is a really good observation. Research shows that cartoon animals acting like humans are used more for ads that appeal to children. Chocos uses Coco Monkey, Paddle Pop ice cream uses a lion, and Big Bubble had a Chidiya Rani ad. Similarly, realistic animals are used to appeal more to adults and can be used for children as well, as you saw for Bisleri, Kit Kat, and Mentos.
So, Raghav, what kind of products use this kind of advertisements?
So in marketing, we've seen that products are of two types. One are of low involvement, or they can be of high involvement. So low involvement products are basically those kind of products that people don't pay that much attention to. They are low cost products and people don't think much about buying them. So these are the kind of products where these kinds of ads are used to grab attention of consumers. But this is not a hard and fast rule, because we've also seen some high involvement products such as insurance, where Geico has been using Gecko for this advertisement.
Exactly, Raghav. One more thing I would like to add here would be that when is an anthropomorphic animal used versus a real animal? I feel anthropomorphic animals are very good when you want the animal to interact directly with the audience. The ads generally have a funny vibe to it, but if you want to build a strong narrative and want to convey certain emotions, then a real animal is the better choice. It definitely helps in building a good story. For example, the Hutch ad, even Budweiser has been using animals to give a very emotional tune in their ads, which would be very difficult to achieve by anthropomorphic animal. Thank you everyone for listening to this episode. That is all we have for this one. See you in the next one, where we will delve further into the psychological aspects of using animals in advertising. See ya.